Here with Adam Hawley of Oracle. Hey Adam, how are you doing?
Okay,
So what do you do at Oracle?
so I'm a Director of Product Management for Oracle VM, which is Oracle's server virtualization and management product.
And what is that based on? Is it something that Oracle acquired, or is it something you built from the ground up, or?
Well, we built it from the ground up. Of course, it's based on the Zen hypervisor, open source Zen component, but basically everything built on top of that is all tailored by Oracle. We have recently made an acquisition of Virtual Iron just in the last few months. Virtual Iron Software, one of the leaders in the virtualization management space, but we're in the process of incorporating that technology right now for release in 2010.
So now, you were here and you gave a presentation on virtualization at this cloud conference. So where do you see virtualization playing in the cloud? Do you see it as a stepping stone to the cloud, or do you see it as an end in and of itself, or both?
Well, I guess it is both, but I think in the context of cloud, I think it is more of a stepping stone. I think it's one of those things that's basically essential in terms of providing all the capabilities you really need to have in a cloud. In other words, cloud is really about providing this sort of illusion of infinite resources that are available on demand and kind of at a moment's notice. And I think to really deliver on that, you really have to have virtualization in place. So I think it's just really, cloud is really about just higher levels of automation on top of virtualization compared to what maybe has been traditional virtualization infrastructures up to now.
And so where does Oracle want to play in the cloud space? Where are you working right now, and where do you see yourselves? I think you mentioned beforehand that you have some things coming out in a while.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, if you look at Oracle's customer base, probably Oracle is more. Oracle's customers are probably going to be more oriented towards private clouds more than public clouds, just because of these mission-critical enterprise apps. It's not something you're going to see in a public cloud really, probably for a while as a practical matter. So most of our solutions right now that we're working on or that we have are probably more oriented, more suited towards private cloud sorts of architecture. But what we're focused on more specifically is that our virtualization, we're not doing virtualization for sort of virtualization's sake. We're really working on virtualization as a way to make enterprise software easier to deploy, easier to manage, easier to support, and that includes in the context of the cloud. So we're focused on, for example, let me pick at least one of those, easier to deploy. One of the things that we've shown here and also at Open World a couple of weeks ago was Oracle Assembly Builder. Oracle Assembly Builder is a way to introspect your existing complex application environment, pull in all of your application components running there and the metadata, package that up as a collection of virtual machines, and then deploy it into your virtualized environment. So this can introspect from your physical environment to pull it in, to ultimately allow you to deploy it in a virtual environment, or going from a virtual environment into another virtual environment, if you will. But this is a way that will enable customers to have these kind of pre-built, ready to run kind of gold standard implementations of their complex enterprise applications, so that they can roll them out really quickly, do it at a low risk because there's not a whole lot of manual configurations there where it's easy to make a mistake, and people can just kind of get up and running fast and deploy into their private clouds really quickly. So it's one of the areas we're really working on is working on Assembly Builder as a way to help customers deploy our products faster and easier. We'll also do, of course, just from the general management perspective, we have Enterprise Manager Grid Control as our full stack, top to bottom system management product that can manage, the application layer, the middleware, the database, the operating system, the virtualization all together throughout its life cycle. So that'll help customers, again, deploy their software into their private clouds, monitor it and configure it over time, and should there be issues, diagnose it and troubleshoot it easily.
Cool. So now I know your ultimate boss has been very. He's quite a charismatic speaker. He's talked about his views on the cloud.
Yeah.
Does that and he I guess he looks at it as very much overhyped. He believes, it sounds like he believes in the model, but hey, this model is no different than we've had for a long time. How is the general, is cloud a dirty word within Oracle, or how does that work? Do you have a cloud team, or is it just sort of...
Well, I certainly wouldn't dare to reinterpret my my ultimate boss's words, but I think it's fair to say that what he is reflecting is just what you said, that it's probably been overtyped. I mean, I think we in the IT industry, we love new things, and you know, how I view this is that we've kind of reached a tipping point in the technology and in the industry where that's enabled a certain level of automation to allow these cloud-like architectures where, again, you have this sort of this illusion of infinite resources and so on. And I think, you know, what he and others, I would say, have kind of objected to is just that, you know, there has been a lot of, I guess we'll say, rebranding of a lot of people saying things that are already existing. Oh, this is really cloud, and gosh, we've been doing cloud. But I think there are some real practical, useful elements that comes out of the concept of cloud in terms of creating this virtualization layer, enabling those higher levels of automation, enabling sort of full stack management, so that whether you're doing infrastructure as a service or platform as a service or software as a service, using Oracle products, that you can manage that all through one console. And that's real work we're doing, and real investments we're putting into that. I think he's just really saying that I don't think he's saying there's absolutely nothing to cloud, but I think he's saying, you know, we need to parse through that, and that there's a lot of spin and there's some reality. You know, I guess we're hopefully focused on the reality side of that scale. So,
excellent. Adam Hawley, thank you so much.
Thank you.